Lo! At that Ganakakra, the saint said, I am going to invite the 84 Siddhas while you yourselves prepare the Ganakakra and so forth. They asked him, how much is needed? He replied, I am only teasing, this is sufficient. He then spoke the mantra. Guru say my hum // at the same time, snapping his fingers and folio 255. Making a cracking sound. Then, in a little while, accompanied by a noise, the assembly of the 84 Siddhas came to the Ganakakra, the great Brahman Sarihan and the rest. Then, the participants invited them to the Ganakakra. After a little while there was a glow and a sound and the clamour of musical sound. The 84 great Siddhas, every one of them went away in silence. Then, at that time, in that place, understanding arose in several people. It also occurred that several were able to fly in the sky. So it was on that occasion. They were all blessed, the disciples, the patrons, and the patronesses. It happened that realization arose in many of them, innumerable omens of a marvelous kind occurred. 12. Silent repetition of the mantra, Guru say Maya Hung. 13. The Bodhisattva vow to benefit all sentient beings, in ways favorable to their eventual enlightenment. These things the saint did, bestowing profound Dharma and initiatic power, bang, on all of them, the faithful disciples, patrons, and patronesses. At that time he blessed them and immeasurable signs and wonders appeared. Then the saint, Mila the Yogin, not abiding in that place, went to folio 256. Southern Jitsang and the 3 provinces of western Tibet. And to the north of Jitsang. I bow down to his wanderings amount the mountain solitudes. 25. This is the explication. Then, the Saint Victor Midlarazpa, at that time did not remain in any one place, but went wandering among the mountain solitudes without any direction. It was his intention, Gong's Pa, to establish the doctrine of the practice lineage, Bzgrub-Jiad. In particular, whoever heard the name of the saint, Midla, was released from cyclic existence and became perfected in all virtues, it is said. So he thought, because my name and fame have spread in all directions, I am to wander like a vagabond in the mountain solitudes. First, he went to the upper part of the 3 provinces of western Tibet. He also went to the 3 snow mountain lakes. Of snow mountains, the king is Tsay; of lakes, the king is Marfam; of mountains, the king is Artsiajaya, and so forth. So he went to all of them. He established the teachings of the practice lineage. There his experience and understanding increased. He accomplished immeasurable good for many of the sentient beings of those places. Then he went down the road to Purangs, West Tibet, and below Bogungthang, to many places thereabouts. He established the doctrine of the practice lineage while dwelling there for a short time. He accomplished immeasurable benefits for sentient beings. Then he went down to Lastod in the south, to Lobayang, and to Dingri, and to Bongshung, to Sri Ritakrom, and so on, dwelling amid the holy places in the mountain solitudes of southern Lastod. He established the doctrine of the practice lineage and accomplished immeasurable good for sentient beings. Then he went in the direction of Gyazrubayang, and the to Argyalthang and to Shalug and Glujilgalingpo, Mchogkar Brag, and so on. Having also dwelt towards Gyazrubayang, he established the doctrine of the practice lineage. Folio 257. He accomplished immeasurable good for sentient beings in these places. First dwelling in Braga the 80 of Argyalthang, his understanding and realization increased more and more. When hawks flew up into the sky, he followed. The saint also flew from the rock of the 18 Argyle Thang. He left to go to Shulkagmar. Flying from Shulkag he went to the rock of the 80, manifesting innumerable wonders, and he established the doctrine of the practice lineage. Then he dwelt in Gelugilga Lingpo. An aga of Gelingpo offered things delightful to the body, chiefly a mudra, tantric consort. Mila engaged in practice with her to benefit and increase the arising of the clear light of wisdom of the four blisses. He only ate crushed nettles as food. On one occasion, the lady patrons of Gelugil prepared an offering. At that place also he established the doctrine of the practice lineage, accomplishing the good of innumerable sentient beings. Then he dwelt in the mountain solitudes of Barchigs and Mchogdikar Brag, and Jitsobostagu. He instructed Lady Koni, and others for a long time. That too he established the doctrine of the practice lineage, accomplishing the good of innumerable sentient beings. Then he went to Kungji Ayulpoche Landjuro, and Brinkshams, and Estagchang, and so forth, where he established the doctrine of the practice lineage and accomplished the good of innumerable sentient beings. He went wandering aimlessly in the mountain solitudes there and elsewhere. He did not remain in one place. There is no spot of ground which his feet did not travel. In these places he also performed austerities and established the doctrine of the practice lineage. His realization and understanding increased, and he benefited innumerable sentient beings. Folio 258. He also possessed the effective means for benefiting beings. In this way, the saint dwelt in Zalmo, a district of Khams, in the land of Tibet, in this throne world beneath the umbrella of the sun. No one was greater than he in establishing the doctrine of meditation, Scrubchugs. Even now, there is no one like him. No one else could equal his 1. Understanding and realization, 2. Miracles, 3. Meditative concentration, Zadpa, 4. His supremacy over Mara, 5. Supreme knowledge, Abhijna, 6. Manifestation of forms, and 7. Transformation of circumstances, 8. Meditation attainment, 9. Virtues, and so forth. No one was better than the saint. No one has since arisen to be his equal. He accomplished benefits, some of which can be seen, others which cannot, for innumerable sentient beings. He could ripen and liberate them, especially incarnate beings with the body of a Buddha, such as was Lord Wagspo, Scampapa. He obtained the unobstructed virtue of obtaining power over both mind and interior energies, lung, like that of Raschungradoldragspa. He possessed faith and devotion like that of Briscom Gyang legs. He obtained the power of bliss and heat, Drod, like Razpazibaskayong. He was strong and patient in austerities and meditation like Rongchung Parazpa, in benefiting sentient beings through perceiving wisdom and so on. He was like Lung Skam Razpa, like Esnizang's Razpa, like Saban Stanchung, and other inner disciples like Patronus Legs Say, Yogini El Kammi, or like Yogini Eskinmi, and so forth. Thus there were many disciples accomplishing the immense benefit of sentient beings. Their realization, perceiving wisdom directly having arisen in mind. Those who could do so increased their ability to help other beings. In this way, the saint realized the voidness of the 5 heaps of the 5 poisons. Skandhas. The demon of narrow views, Chungpoibdud, was conquered. All the desirable things were recognized as illusory, like dreams. The demonic worldly deities were defeated. 13. A song of Milarepa about his impending death. In the presence of a circle of his disciples, the saint was giving an initiation, Bankan Lagsmod. The disciples said, "For the benefit of others, take pity and do not die." The saint said, "Formerly, the Blessed One, the mighty sage also died. He displayed the manner of passing away from suffering. From that, there arose causes that became more beneficial for sentient beings. In the same way, the gurus of the Bhikabjyad also display the manner of passing away from misery, thus bringing about a greater good for the benefit of sentient beings. Just as I can accomplish the good of sentient beings by not passing away from misery, and have up until now done so, I am also able to accomplish the good of beings by passing away from sorrow." Thus he displayed the manner of dying to the misery of this world in an exoteric way, so it is said. For the people, I am to appear in different aspects when I die. Then he sang this song. I am the Yogin Milarepa. Having conquered the frost of demon Yama, I go to the further destiny. At that time of death, many things will be seen. For some, a heap, essentially in apparitional form, like a stupa, will arise. They will worship and make offerings to the form of the corpse they clean. For some, the apparition dies not, the mind dies not. Having become a rainbow body. Folio 261. It departs this realm, Dhatu. Thus, both appearances seem true. At that time, dwelling in the hermitage of Chudbar, there were 12 yogins and yoginis before him. Briskom Gyang Legs, Yogini Elkammi, and the rest. Their appearance was like the 6 lords of light. Free of illness and other obstacles, they abode making spiritual progress. 14. Silence. Practice the boundless meditation of Mahamudra, which unites Shamatha and Vipassana. 15. Dedication of the merit of practice for the benefit of all sentient beings. O Vajra-hearted Master, possessing self-arisen and all-pervading great bliss, perfect happiness and knowledge of the dance of openness within all phenomena, and perfect union, so as to transform every appearance of distinctions. To the ubiquitous Lord Buddha Laughing Vajra, I bow down in homage. Every syllable of his teachings reveals the ultimate meaning of the sutras and tantras. He articulates the 84,000 teachings of the Buddha, such that a lengthy analytic study is unnecessary. All one needs to do is to put them into practice. In completing the 2 accumulations, of merit and of wisdom, one attains wondrous results through the accomplishment of meritorious deeds. But even more marvelous is merely seeing his form and hearing his words, whereby the walls of conditioned existence inevitably crumble. Realizing liberation in one body, in one lifetime. By hearing and remembering each of his Vajra teachings, one becomes the manifestation of his power to liberate beings, so that the doors are flung wide open to the way of perfect confidence. And, in brief, the Saint Victor Milarepa came forth from the narrow passage of asceticism and austerity, for disciples essentially both capable and not capable, showing how one naturally possesses the happiness of full realization. He established the doctrine of the practice lineage, accomplishing the aims of innumerable sentient beings and disciples, having set out to liberate all ripened sentient beings from contact, memory, hearing, and sight. By contemplation, he completely passed beyond sorrow. This is the meaning. These deeds of the Saint Victor Milarepa have been combined by Argyll Thangpa Chenrada into a thoroughly wonderful, sublime biography, which expresses the faith clearly. It is now complete, beautiful, corrected, auspicious,